Hi everyone! Hi! So it's the second video. Welcome to Queen Esie's Diary of a Hairy Woman. Last time I talked about my chest hair. The video is called I Have Chest Hair, and it was about why I decided to keep my chest hair. In this video, somebody asked me nicely somebody asked me to talk about comparison and how to deal with comparing yourself. And so I just wanted to say today I'm wearing 9 degrees, the outfit that I made. 9 degrees, the top and the pants. I'm not wearing the jacket that goes with it, but that's what I'm wearing today. You guys can check out the series 9 degrees on Instagram at Queen Esie. You already know. So yeah, let's start the video. So comparison. I just want to start by saying we all compare ourselves. It's completely normal to compare. We will compare a green apple with a red apple, the taste of it. We will compare everything, and it's normal to sometimes see people and compare yourself. But it doesn't mean that it's right. There's a difference. It doesn't mean that it's right. It may be normal because everyone does it. So I'm just saying that because you shouldn't feel alone. I sometimes compare myself. It does happen. Other people compare themselves too. Like, we're not alone. It does happen in our head. It does sometimes we say it out loud without meaning to. Sometimes, you know, it happens, but we all compare ourselves. So you're not alone. But it isn't right. It isn't okay. It's not okay to compare yourself. It's very negative. It's very hard on our self-esteem. Makes us feel like, you know, doesn't make us feel good. Doesn't make me feel good when I compare myself. I feel like I'm less than. I feel like I have no value. And this person's more valuable than me, or whatever, right? And so, you know, all these thoughts that we have in our head, and when we compare ourselves, comparing ourselves is not something positive. I mean, maybe you could say it in a positive way, like, you know, like, I want to be like Beyonce, she's so great. Okay, but that's not the comparison we're going to talk about today. We're talking about negative comparison. Because obviously we all deal with that. And how do we deal with it? How do I deal with it? So in this video, I'll be talking about the exercises, the things I do to build my confidence, but also to stop comparing myself with others, or to lessen it. Because it's the things I'm gonna tell you, like, it does happen. I still sometimes compare myself, but it's way less than in the past, right? I worked on it. It's way less. I used to compare myself all the time, and now it's quite rare, right? And so I'm gonna be talking about what I do, how do I deal with it, you know, what are the exercises that I do, and I'll be sharing that with you, and we'll be going through them, and I'll do them slowly if I can, because it does happen. I talk very fast, but yeah, so we'll be going through that, and I really hope it's gonna be, you know, very helpful for you guys, because those those exercises have helped me, and I hope they will help you as well. Okay, so like I said, it happens. I do compare myself. I compare myself way less. I will even say sometimes it happens that I'm like, oh my gosh, like, now that I show my body hair, like, I show my armpit hair, I show my chest hair, I show my leg hair, not all, now that I've broken these barriers in my life, sometimes it happens where I see other girls post their armpit hair, and I'm like, dang, she has nicer armpit hair than me. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Even if you feel free at some point, you'll still compare yourself. It does happen. And I'm like, wow, hers is so long and beautiful. Hers is so full. Mine are all in little balls. Like, what is this? Like, mine is not all full and nice like hers. It does happen. It does happen. But what do I do when this happens? And this is an exercise I'll be showing you guys. And so, sorry, I have my little notebook right here. It keeps my thoughts, you know, all together, because sometimes it happens I talk a lot and my thoughts just go everywhere. So I have this notebook so I can, you know, be organized with the information that I'll be sharing with you guys. And so, yeah. So, well, how do I deal with it? I call it changing your mindset. Changing your mindset. The brain is something that's like a computer. You can program it to believe whatever you want it to believe. If you keep telling yourself something and repeat, it will start believing it. It's just like that. It's just how it works. If you keep repeating it and you start believing it, it will be a fact in your head. It will become a fact in your head. And so when people keep telling themselves they're ugly and they believe they're ugly, and somebody could say, no, you're pretty, you'll still think you're ugly because you've programmed your brain to believe that you are ugly. That's what you kept saying in your head, that's what you believe, and that's how it is. So you'll always believe it. So in the past, in high school, I used to think I was ugly. I had acne. I thought I was ugly, and plus I was hairy. All that. I was insecure. I was depressed. And people were like, no, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Oh, no, 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 no. I didn't even care what they were saying. I still believed I was ugly, and nobody could change that. And so you have to realize that you have the power to change what's going on in your head. What's going on in your head, you have that power to change that. If you believe you're ugly and you can't see nothing else, you have to make a decision to say, you have to make a decision to say, I have enough. I've had enough. I'm tired of believing I'm ugly. I want to believe that I'm beautiful. Because it does happen. Maybe you don't see it because your eyes have been blinded with that filter that you put on saying you're ugly. And you need to remove that filter to be able to see yourself as you are, a beautiful person that you are. And so changing the mindset, that's what I call it. It's something I recently started doing actually, and it's really worked. So for example, I see this person, I feel like she has amazing beautiful hair or amazing armpit hair, like I said earlier. And I say, like, that's how I say it. So let's say the thought, it comes in my head. I hear, oh, look at her armpit hair. It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. What I say is two. I add the two. I say basically, she has beautiful armpit hair, but I have beautiful armpit hair too. So what happens here is that you're saying she's beautiful, but doesn't mean I'm not beautiful. That's what happens in your brain. So it changes that. So basically it's like that wire that's plugged to the negative, you remove that wire and you plug it to the positive. So you make sure that that thought goes in the positive section instead of the negative section. So you say, you might think that she's so beautiful, but you say, I'm beautiful too. If you think, oh, she has beautiful hair, say, I have beautiful hair too. There's nothing wrong with thinking that someone's very gorgeous. Someone has gorgeous hair, gorgeous nails, gorgeous all that. You say, I'm beautiful too. So you think, ah, her body's amazing. I have an amazing body too. Or I will get there. You try to fix the way you think. And if you do that, your brain will automatically start remembering that and start, doing it on its own. And that's a force of habit. It has to be a habit. Because I'm saying this because it'll be constant. We are so used to comparing ourselves that one day you'll be like, oh yeah, I'm beautiful too, and then you forget. But you always have to catch yourself. Your number one bully is always yourself. Yes, you could be bullied from the outside, but you have to be best friends with yourself. You have to be your best friend, and that's what's important. You have to be your best friend. You have to be one with you. You can't be divided, or else you cannot grow, you cannot thrive. It's very, it's a difficult process. I'm not saying easy. I still work on myself today, but I've come so far, right? And so it's important to kind of switch that. Become your friend. Become your own friend. And so by doing that, it's even when you go out, you walk, sometimes you don't think about it. You saw some girl, she's so beautiful, like, oh, she's so prettier than me. No. You change that. If you hear that thought, catch it right away before the spirit say, no, I'm pretty too. It's, oh, her hair's so beautiful. Like, I have beautiful hair too. You catch yourself every time so you don't let that thought go into the negative section, because what you're doing is building this tree in your mind that's negative. All these branches are negative. All these thoughts are connected to negative branches, and then leaves and flowers, and the tree can't bloom and provide fruit, I'm sorry, I have these metaphors, but that's how I see it, right? And so when you connect it to the positive, you bring that thought, you put it in the positive section, it blooms in your mind, and you're kind of basically rewiring your thoughts, rewiring the way you think. If you say this person's so intelligent, oh, she's so smarter than me. No, catch that thought. I'm smart. I'm intelligent. I'm intelligent too. And I add the two because to me, I feel like it really helps me to add the two, because it makes me aware that yes, I believe that person is intelligent, but I also believe that I am intelligent too. Right? And so that's one exercise that I've recently been using, and that's been very helpful, and I try to always catch myself. I'm not saying every time I catch it, but a lot of times when I'm walking around, it does happen, like I have a negative thought, I catch it and I'm saying, hey, no, you're not gonna say that about yourself. You're not gonna say that about yourself. because it's constant. Working on yourself, working on your building your self-confidence is a constant, it's a constant thing. And so yeah, so another thing that I do is yeah, so basically learning to look at the influencers and the people that you follow. It does happen, you know, it's, I feel like we have the power to follow who we want and to make sure the right things influence us. And so for me, it's important to follow people that are inspiring to me, right? That inspire me, right? Or that look like me. For example, in the past, I used to follow girls that didn't look like me, that were curvier, that are bigger butts, bigger, you know, front area, you know, bigger boobs, you know, that look different from me. And what that would do to me is make me feel like I need to look like this to feel beautiful. I need to look like this to be loved by other men, to be admired. I need to look like this to love myself. And I realizing that all the because of the people I was following, that made me feel insecure. I realized that I can make a choice to follow the right people. And so with that, I started unfollowing the influencers that were making me feel negative about myself. And I started to try to find girls that made, like, kind of, that when I looked at them, I saw myself. I felt I was beautiful. For example, I'm a skinny black woman. That's how I see myself. I'm a skinny black woman, right? So I started following other black women that were skinny, that were slim, but were confident, that were dressing how they wanted, and they were beautiful. Because when I looked at them, I felt, wow, they're skinny, they're long like me, and they are beautiful. They look good. And when I looked at them, it made me look at myself and say like, yo, I can be beautiful. I saw myself in them. And for me, it became very important to watch who I'm following, you know. And it's also, sometimes it could be our friends. I'm not saying unfollow the friends that make you feel insecure. That's all I'm saying. Because if it's to that point, you really need to work on yourself, all right? But you could probably mute their posts for a certain time. Like, you know, if you don't feel like you want to follow those people that you know, you can mute their posts so you don't see their posts and don't feel that way. But that just means that you really need to work on yourself. But for me, it's a choice. It's a choice that you make for yourself, for your well-being. And for me, it was a choice I made a long time ago, and I started following, you know, influencers that I felt looked like me in some way. It made me feel beautiful about myself, whether it's the hair, whether it's the texture of the hair, seeing other women with 4C hair, because my hair is 4C type, and so seeing other women with that hair, that's inspiring, instead of seeing women with like looser curls that could make me feel like, oh, I wish I had hair like that. But no, I can't wish for that. My hair is not like that. It'll never be like that. And so I have to work on myself and make sure that I love who I am. And so it's important as well to be secure in who you are. I don't know if you guys, well, probably saw my post. I wrote a caption on self-love, and I was saying how when you love yourself, you won't feel like judging others. You'll feel like judging people less, because when you work on yourself, it's just how it is. I don't understand the science behind it, but when you love yourself, you don't feel like judging others as much, because you become secure in who you are. You don't feel like judging others. You don't feel like comparing yourself to others, because you believe you're beautiful. You believe you're enough. You don't feel like being mean to somebody else, because you are nice to yourself, right? And so that's one thing. So somebody who hates themselves is the person who be comparing yourself. If someone compares, like tries to be mean to you, tries to tell you you're ugly, it's because they hate themselves. Because if they love themselves, they would never dare to say these things. They would never dare. Why would they feel like telling you you're ugly? Why would they feel like trying to put you down? And that's because they feel down. They feel that they don't love themselves. And that's just how it is. That's just how it is. And so, yeah, so let me share with you guys. My goodness, God, I need to drink water. Okay, this is my bottle, guys. Okay, I broke my actual bottle. I've been using a a like 7-Up bottle and putting water in this. This is not alcohol. I actually don't drink. So it's water. I'm gonna just take a little sip. All right. So yeah, another thing that I do, it's this list. So this is gonna be a little longer exercise, but I hope you guys will follow with me. And you guys really need to take out a notebook, a piece of paper, because we're about to do this exercise. So here we're gonna start the list. That's what I call it, the list of how to build your self-confidence. I want you guys all to take a paper, no paper. I'll be doing this with you, this is exercise. Here we go. This is actually going to be the last exercise I'm showing you guys, and that's an exercise that I've done to help me be more confident. And so basically what you're going to do is fold the paper in two. Actually fold it like that. That would be better. So like this. And on this side, you write insecurities. Just write insecurities. Insecurities. Did I even write that well? Insecurities. Ah, gosh. I'm not even sure if I wrote it well. But I don't know if you guys can see it. But basically, I don't think you guys could see it. It's so small. Goodness. But basically, you write insecurities. And basically, you make a list of the things about your body, about your brain, anything that you feel that you're insecure about. So let me do this. Maybe sometimes I feel like my legs are too skinny. Let's just write that. I feel like my legs are skinny. What else? Sometimes I feel like, what did I say? I feel ugly. Sometimes I feel ugly. I'll just write that. I'm ugly. So basically, I want you all to make a list of the things you're insecure about yourself. So it could be your nose. If you don't like your nose, write it. If you feel you're not smart, write it. You write all the things, how you feel about yourself. And so this exercise is important because it's important to be aware of how you feel about yourself, aware of the thoughts that's going on in your head. And yeah, because you could also do it while looking in the mirror, or just, it's important to do this exercise alone or with a friend if you feel comfortable, or with a sibling. That's on you. But I just personally did it alone. I feel like I could focus better. But yeah, so basically you just write that down. You write it. You make a list of how you feel. Like, do I like my face? If you don't like your face, write, I don't like my face. And so what's happening here is, this is the negative side. This is the part. This is all the insecurities, all the things like those negative things you don't like about yourself. And on the other part, you look at your insecurities and you changed it. You change it to a positive. So in the first one, I wrote, my legs are skinny. In the positive part, you write positive. You make the positive. And you write, I have beautiful legs. And I wrote, what, I feel ugly. So you write, I'm beautiful. I think that when it comes to feeling ugly, you have to also be aware of like why you feel ugly. So if it's because, oh, I feel like I have a big nose or I have a small nose, write it down. So it's important to be specific. I just wrote an example, but like it's important to be specific. So if it's your nose, if it's your ears that you don't like, right? I don't like my ears. And you have to know why. Why don't you like your ears? They're big. My ears are big, right? My ears are big, my ears are small. Write exactly what it is. And on the positive side, you write, my ears or my nose is beautiful. My nose and my ears are beautiful. And you write that. You change it into a positive. And so with that positive list, you do that for everything you felt insecure about. And you write it into a positive list. And you fold it and you keep only the positive part. And what you do with that is you keep it and you repeat it to yourself. So basically here I wrote, I have beautiful legs. I'm beautiful. So this is a very important exercise that I do. I look at myself in the mirror and I say these things. I have beautiful legs. And what happens is that it doesn't stop in 1 second. You don't start loving your legs again in 1 second. No, it's not like that. But it's a process. You keep saying that to yourself and your brain will start believing it. That's just how our brain works. is programmable, and what you need to do is deprogram your mind, because you convinced yourself that these elements of these features that are so beautiful on your face, on your body, you've convinced yourself that they were ugly, and you need to change that. And so, or somebody convinced you that they were ugly. So basically you need to change that. You need to keep working on yourself. And so this list is the list that I keep. And I look in the mirror. I have a mirror right here, as you can see. So everybody just take a mirror. Take a mirror. It could be a small mirror, but just, or a big mirror. I have a big mirror because I want to see my whole body when I say these things. And you tell yourself, I have beautiful legs. I'm beautiful. You tell the positive list to yourself every single morning. I do it every single morning. Or even every time you look at yourself in the mirror. Even when you pass in front of the mirror, you go, I'm beautiful. When you pass in front of your reflection, you say, I'm beautiful. You keep that going. I'm not saying you're going to remember every time, but I know that when we look at ourselves, there has to be a thought that comes to our mind. There's always something. Whether it's, oh, I don't like what I'm wearing, whatever it is. When we see our reflection, we think of something, right? And so if it's a negative thought, take it away right away. So you tell you basically say, you know, I'm beautiful. I have a beautiful nose. And I did that because I used to think I was ugly. I used to think I was too skinny. And I started saying, I have a beautiful skinny body. Really. I said, I have a beautiful skinny body. I have beautiful chest hair. I have beautiful lips. I have a beautiful face. And now I believe it. There's no one who can tell me, no, you're this, you're that. No one can tell me that because I believe that I am beautiful. And so I'm not saying every day I feel like I'm beautiful, but most of the time, 90% of the time, I feel beautiful. And so when those negative thoughts happen, I remember, hey, no, we're not letting this negative thought in my brain. And that's another exercise that I do. And when it comes to that exercise as well, another thing that I keep doing is just to tell myself that I'm beautiful every time I look in the mirror. And so it's not like, I'm beautiful. No, you don't do that. You do it with authority. You say, I'm beautiful. I'm smart. I'm intelligent. And when I was a kid, my mom used to always, take me and my sister and say, I'm beautiful, I'm smart, and I'm gorgeous. Wait, what was it again? I'm pretty, I'm smart, and I'm beautiful. That was it. Sorry, guys. So she used to take us in front of the mirror. She's like, come on. She would take me and my sister. She's like, come in front of the mirror. Let's say this. I'm pretty, I'm smart, and I'm beautiful. My sister used to believe it, and then she became confident faster than me, okay? But I did not believe it. I was like, I'm pretty, I'm smart, and I'm beautiful. Pretty, I'm smart, and I'm beautiful. I don't believe it. My mom was like, no, you have to believe it. You have to say it with strength and confidence. You have to say it with authority. Don't be like, I'm not. No. And I didn't care about what my mom was saying at the time. I was like, man, she doesn't know. I'm ugly. I believe I'm ugly. Right? That's just how I was thinking. And so, yes, that's how I was thinking. And so I learned from my mother that it's important to say with authority. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, no, I'm beautiful. I'm smart. See, so you have to look in your eyes and say it. You say, I am. But not you are smart. You are beautiful. I mean, maybe it could help for you, but I say I am because I'm speaking to me. Just like somebody's telling you you're ugly, you have to speak to you and say, I'm beautiful. Or you could say, you're beautiful because you're looking at yourself and you're saying that to yourself. And so that's another way that I deal with it. And because comparison comes from insecurity. You know, if you want to stop comparing yourself, you need to be secure in who you are. You need to be confident and you need to keep working on your confidence. And that will automatically help you stop comparing yourself. It's just how it is. It's just how it works. I don't know why. I don't know. Okay, it's just how it is. And so, yeah. And so I really hope that these exercises were helpful. And I know it's quite a long video, but I really wanted to share with you guys what I do, how I deal with it. And so for me, I feel like it's very important. And I really hope it was helpful. And yeah, so I just want to end with this, but we are all unique. You are unique. I am unique. You know, I used to hate my chest hair. And I realized that accepting my chest hair, it was like it gave me some kind of purpose. I already knew my purpose. I want to be a great artist. I already knew that. But I realized that with my chest hair, I help other people love themselves. I help other women and others to love themselves. I didn't know I was gonna inspire others. I really didn't know, but that's something that I used in my advantage, right? And so for me, every aspect of your face, your body, your mind is unique. It makes you who you are. And it's important to love that about you. You need to love yourself. The greatest love is self-love. Loving yourself is like a rebellion. It's like fighting against society because they don't want us to love. They won't want us to love ourselves because they make a ton of money from us hating ourselves. So it's like, it's revolutionary to even love yourself. So it's important to know that we are all unique. And that sometimes there's a reason that we look this way. For me, I believe that there's a reason that God gave me chest hair. And today I know the reason, right? There's many other women who thought they were alone, right? But they weren't, you know? And to change the fact that they see body hair on women and people as ugly. And that's not true. That's something that was forced on us and that was taught, you know? And so we need to change that. And we have the power to change that. But we have to start with ourselves. And I have the power to believe that I'm beautiful and to help others believe it, that they are beautiful as well. And so thank you so much for listening, and I really hope it was helpful. You know, all my life I always wanted to share these tips with others, and I finally have the chance. And so yeah, I hope you guys loved it, and can't wait to make the next video. Just comment if you want me to talk about something specific again, a specific topic you want me to talk about, and just like, yeah. So you are beautiful, you are unique, and remember that. Say it, I am beautiful, I am unique. You have to say it, you have to believe it, you have to use that mirror. You have to use that mirror and say it. You have to say it with authority. And anyways, so have a nice day and see you next time, guys. See you next time.